Welcome back to Inside Baker. Now we have Susan Sermon to talk about studying abroad at Harlexton. Thank you very much, Susan, for coming on. Exactly where did you study abroad?
I studied at Harlexton.
And when did you go?
About a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly made you choose to want to go to Harlexton versus somewhere else?
Well, I'd been to Europe a couple times before with my family, and I'd never gotten a chance to go to England. So I thought that was a really good opportunity.
Okay. Could you just briefly describe the day in life of being at Harlexton, how that went for you?
Well, you live in the manor, or you live in the carriage house, which is around the manor, and you go to classes and you eat lunch and you just hang out with a whole bunch of really cool people.
Okay. What classes exactly did you take, or what were they about?
Well, British Studies is required, and it's a lecture class, as well as you have a little seminar afterwards with an individual teacher. And I also took a drawing class.
Oh.
So it was really fun.
Yeah. Did your drawing class have to incorporate, like, England life, or was it just regular drawing class?
Well, the architecture around the manor was really elaborate.
Oh.
So we did a lot of drawings of the architecture.
Okay. And are the classes really close to the manor, or exactly how does that work for you?
They're inside the manor.
Okay,
they take place inside.
Okay, so your living and your school was all in one? Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly what are some of the places that you visited during your breaks and during the time that you had to just kind of do nothing?
Well, London, of course. It was really close, and it's a really cool city. It's very large. I went there several times, and there's still a bunch of stuff that I've never seen.
Oh.
And I also traveled to France. Traveled all around France because I'm a French minor, so that was fun to practice my language. I went to Ireland.
How was that?
That was really fun. We took a ferry across the little sea there. So.
Okay. What would you say was your favorite place to travel?
Probably London.
London. Okay.
London was my favorite city.
Okay. What was your least favorite experience, like studying abroad? Was there something that you disliked the most?
I don't know. On the Ireland trip, everybody was cramped onto the same bus, and a lot of people got sick because we had to drive there. So.
Okay, so that wasn't that wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. How did you communicate with like your family and friends while you were abroad? How did that go?
Email.
Okay.
The internet is a really good thing over there.
Okay.
And I got a calling card, so I could call every once in a while.
How did you cope with being so far away from, the American life? How did that work for you?
It was a little hard at first, being away from friends and family. I got a little homesick at the very beginning, but after a couple weeks I got used to being there, and I made new friends, so I got to hang out with them, and they took my mind off things.
Okay. Exactly how did you prepare to go to Harlexton? Like, was there paperwork you had to fill out? Was it really simple, or how did that work?
Yeah, at Baker I filled out a whole bunch of paperwork, and they got my tickets for me, so I did that, and they gave me a checklist of what I needed to bring and all kinds of adapters that I needed to do, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were some of the favorite things during your, I guess, like class life or, being at the manor? What were some of your favorite things to do?
Just walk around the grounds. The grounds were really pretty. They had a reflecting pool out on the side of the manor, and they had little walking trails all around.
Okay. How was nightlife for you at the in England? How was that?
Yeah, in town there are several different pubs and clubs that you can go to, and a lot of people partied more than I did, but they went out to the clubs and they had a really good time.
Okay. When getting ready to travel abroad, of course, you were already at Baker, so how are the expenses for you being abroad different from being here at home?
Yeah, well, the tuition was already paid for because I paid for that in advance, and then the meals and stuff were all included. So the only expenses I had were any extra little snacks that I wanted or souvenirs from other places, and then when I went and traveled on the weekends. Those were my expenses.
Oh, okay. Exactly what type of, what were some of the things that you were able to actually like see? Like you named some of the places that you actually went, but were there any specific, like memorials or statues or places to visit that you enjoyed the most?
Well, I went to Paris, so I got to climb the Eiffel Tower.
Okay. Was that really fun or scary at the same time? I guess it's really high, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of stairs.
Oh.
You can take the elevator, but I wanted to get the full experience, so me and my friends climbed to the top.
Okay. Exactly how did you adapt coming back to Baker after being there for half a semester or for a semester?
Well, initially the jet lag was a little hard to cope with because it's an 8-hour difference.
Oh, okay.
So, but it took me about a couple weeks to really adjust back to the time schedule, and I went in the fall, so then I had winter break to adjust being back, and then I went back to school.
Okay. During your time back, of course, there were souvenirs and pictures and things.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to get all of those out to friends and family to actually see like how your experience was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess also what I want to say, how would you recommend this? Would you recommend this for other students?
Yes, I would, definitely.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Susan, for being on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go into the field with Demario Scott to talk about the Panalytic blood drive.
Reporting for Inside Baker, KNBU TV, I am Demario Scott here at Baker University's yearly blood drive where students and faculty are able to donate blood for a better cause.
I think volunteering gives people a really good sense of self. I think when there's something you can do to help someone else, it just makes you feel good.
You should. It's a selfless act that everyone should do.
And I would encourage people to come in, especially with rare types, because it can benefit patients quicker and more effective.
Now is here what some students, workers, and volunteers have to say about donating blood.
I'm pretty calm about it. I've given blood before. Haven't died yet.
Well, I figure if I ever need blood, I'll feel bad.
Save lives, one by one every day.
And I'm Demario Scott with Inside Baker. Back to the studio.
I like to look at the sports section and look at my favorite Baker teams and all the scores and updates.
I'm reading the Baker Orange for all the news.
I read it for the arts and entertainment, the CD reviews.
All over campus or online at www.thebakeraorange.com.
Because it covers all the important stuff.
Welcome back to Inside Baker. Now we're joined by Dominique Atkins, Hall Director of Denia, to talk about resident life. Welcome, Dominique. I appreciate you coming.
Not a problem.
So what exactly is your position currently right now as a Hall Director? What do you do?
Well, right now I'm the Hall Director in Denia's Hall, and basically what I do is I oversee the building. We have 4 RAs who work in Denia's. I conduct meetings with them once a week and meet with Shelby Coxon regularly. My job consists mostly of paperwork, honestly, but we do a lot of things to try to incorporate, facilitate community bonding among our residents and just hang out and have a really good time while maintaining some sort of disciplinary authoritative figure sort of thing.
Okay.